Welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour, where we have fun, talk about exciting topics, and sometimes pick a little bit on Dan Sissick. I'm just kidding. But today's topic, I'm going to be picking on everybody, because including myself. Did everybody have a good Christmas?
Yep.
Yes, I think we're all burned out after the holidays, and I know myself, I'm looking forward to a new year and resolutions and a fresh start.
Me too. I'm glad you brought that up. So, who here set New Year's resolutions? You can raise your hand, or if you're on the phone, you can participate too. I set a bunch.
I have set a New Year's resolution that every day I'm going to do email campaigns and send out at least a minimum of 2,500 emails daily.
Wow.
I want to set one to go to the gym every day and to learn a new video editing software. Now here's the question. It's real easy to write all these goals, and you get excited and the ball drops and you're like, woohoo! And then you have too much champagne, and then you get started the next day, and for 1 month you're doing great. But then something happens, you get tired, the boss said something, The Walking Dead's on, you got to watch Carrot Top or Amy Schumer, and then suddenly you're thinking, wait, did I have to send out that email? Was I going to go to the gym?
Right.
Was I going to do A, B, and C? And today, let's delve into, I made this New Year's resolution. How am I going to keep it? What are some ideas? Do I have friends hold my feet to the fire? Do I hold myself to the fire? Are there any tips and tricks for the good folks of the world? You don't even have to be an entrepreneur. It's essential if you're an entrepreneur, because nobody else is going to pull you. But how do I keep those New Year's resolutions? What do I do to maintain them so I'm not trying to make the same one year after year after year? Because that would be tiring, right?
Well, if you make a daily itinerary, a daily calendar, and get up in the morning, have your coffee, have your cigarette, or do your calisthenics, and before you ever open your emails, go to your daily calendar, and you've got a to-do list. Follow that to-do list religiously. Then go and get sidetracked with following up on your emails. Because if you don't follow your daily itinerary of things that you personally want to accomplish, I find that by noon, nothing's been accomplished. And you're just spinning your wheels. Why make the resolution if you're not going to put things in place to help you stick to it?
Exactly. Yeah, my problem was sometimes I'd set goals. I'm like, I'm going to upload these interviews at some point. I'm going to do this, that. But if I wasn't writing it down, and you can make notes on Windows 7 and above on the computer.
Right.
Here. Why, if you're going to do something, always make notes of it. The itinerary part's a great idea, because sometimes I fall short of that. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff. Yeah, write it down, specifically what I'm going to do, like with the new site and with what I'm working on with Tom. I'm writing down how much.
You can even send yourself an email.
Yeah.
That the first email you open in the day is going to be from yourself, to yourself. And it's sort of a tap on the shoulder or the slap upside the head that you give to the donkey to get his attention before you tell him what you want him to do. And you read your email and you say, oh, that's what I was going to do. Oh, I forgot I was going to do that today. But you have a memory jogger.
So you could come to my house with a stick and a carrot and be like, come on, Kareem, you know you want to get that new website done. You know you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit, man, which is what I tend to do best, I guess.
All right.
Okay, for somebody like me, I work all day. I
Okay.
come home. I actually have on my phone a little calendar reminder to blog daily to do that. But I find myself, I get home and stuff, and I look at it and I swipe it away. So how do you get yourself back into that so that way you can get back into that daily? For me, Fran was saying, she was saying your daily list or whatever. Me, I call it my daily method of operation, what I'm going to do every day and my normal things I do every day. So how do I get myself back from where I know I see this nice little reminder that tells me, oh yeah, I'm supposed to blog today, and I swipe it to the right and get rid of it. But then I come home or whatever and I'm busy of doing, or I'm tired or whatever. How do you, if you're one of those type of people, how do you find the means, the way to get yourself back on track? Because once I get back into it, I'm fine.
Well, you can do what I did to my husband. The one thing that every man does is lift the toilet seat, supposedly. And I put the notes that I wanted followed under the toilet seat. So when it got lifted, the memos were there.
Okay, I don't have anybody that would leave me memos like that.
Okay.
Leave them for yourself, Dan.
I have a better idea. I like the idea of Fran, but how about this? What if you got a mentor, or if you're like, I don't want to get a mentor, just get someone to remind you, someone to commit to. Because here's a funny thing. There are days I didn't want to go to the gym, but when I had a friend or a personal trainer or somebody who was going with me, then I was like, oh, I have an appointment. Think about this. I was
There
tired,
you go.
and I'm like, man, I'd love to just go eat and go to sleep some days. I really do think. I'm like, no, I have a power hour of other people I have to commit to. So yeah, you come home and you're like, oh, entrepreneurial stuff. Swipe. I don't feel like doing that. Hey, what's on TV? Woohoo! Dancing with the Stars. You're like, oh, wait. I'm leaving my mentor or my friend or whoever I was teaching or whoever else I was committed to. Have somebody else there, because the gum commercial really is true. Double your flavor, double your fun. If you have somebody else there, you're not just going to be like running away doing other stuff, because then you'll feel guilty about leaving that dude behind or that gal behind sitting there saying, I thought Dan was going to come on and teach me how to blog. Is that a good idea?
Yeah,
It's an excellent idea. I love that.
I do too. But now you got to make sure that when you make that, find somebody, you find the right person that's going to be just as committed to, so sometimes you got to make sure that who you're getting involved with you is also just as committed as you.
Well, I mean, there's a challenge there, obviously. Sometimes it's going to take a while. Sometimes you'll find this person or that person. Trust me, it took me a while to find the right person I thought that was good with working together in a social way. Some people I thought were good, maybe just behind the scenes coding or helping video editing. And it'll take a while to find that person who's just as committed, but like, keep looking, don't stop. Because when it's like finding that right significant other, because when you find that other person who's committed to what you're doing, they're not going to give up on you.
Guys, I'm lurking. I'll be right back.
It's all good, friend. So that's probably one of the most powerful things for me to keep a resolution, was to find somebody who says, well, if I'm going to do a Facebook Live video every day, they're going to do it. They're going to hold me to it. If I don't do a Facebook Live video, if I don't show up on the Power Hour, they're going to come find me, and they're going to let me know about it.
I know, I agree. I think also I think a lot of people is they tend to look at their list, and the way they prioritize sometimes is they put, sometimes you might do the fun things first, And then when you're done with the fun things, you have the harder things or the more intense things last, or things that might take a little more time and effort, but they're still fun for you, but yet you may not always be in the mode or energy for doing that. Sometimes maybe it's doing the little simple things first or the harder things first to get them out of the way, so then that way you can get to the fun stuff too, because I know that for me that I kind of have to do it in blocks or in things of, focus on this and then maybe switch to finish that test and switch to something that's a little more light and then come back and focus again and stuff like that. So that's another thing for me is keeping on track is don't, overweigh my stuff either to where I'm always just dealing with the things I don't like.